What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 314 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and this is No Way Out. Joining me is always Jmack.
Chad, I'm trapped. I'm surrounded by all sides. Chad, there is no way out.
That's how the WWF roster must feel. There's no way out.
Welcome to No Way Out. WF this is No Way Out 2000. This is a big show, Chad.
I'm excited for the Elimination Chamber. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Not only is this the elimination, the first element, this is the last pay-per-view, really, before Mania, before the brand split. After Mania, we will go to, Raw and SmackDown, and we're going to figure it out there, Chad. This is going to be a huge and exciting month for everyone coming up.
Be sick and pumped.
Let's get into No Way Out. We start in the pre-show. We got a lot of pre-show matches here, trying to get a lot of people booked, getting a lot of people their pay-per-view paydays, Chad. We start off with PJ Black defeating Mosh in 8:21, but just a pinfall. No move. He probably just tripped on running the ropes, and PJ pinned him.
Hit him with a pinfall.
Hit him with a pinfall, baby. My favorite finishing move. We move on to Booker T defeating Mark Merrow with the missile dropkick. They don't have good chemistry, and it just made for an awkward bout, which explains the 66 right here.
I think it was on the pre-show, though, and not the main card.
Yes, sir. We move on. Mark Henry defeating Jim Duggan. See, it's like, this game's like weird. Like, it'll show like they have good chemistry when calling matches together on some matches, and then some matches it doesn't. And I don't understand it.
Yeah, but Jim Ross has good chemistry with both Coachman and Cole, so.
That's true. Not Cornette. They were not good together.
No, not good at all. Do you even have Cornette still on your roster?
No, I think I fired him.
Oh.
Fired him. I miss. Pour one out for Jerry Lawler. The first death that's actually affected one of our companies. The only death.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, the only one. I believe. Yeah, the only one.
Those are that was like a top. Like, if we think of
your commentator died
right before a pay-per-view, and we called it pay-per-view, the Jerry Lawler Memorial Show, and then I gave the belt to Brian. I gave the belt to Brian Christopher, and he came up on drugs and wasted, and I fired him right after.
And then
was I an asshole for firing him because he's sad about his dead dad and he came to the show drunk?
Kinda, probably. Maybe send him to rehab instead. I don't know. Anyway, that's besides the point.
No, Vince
This pre-show match: Mark Henry, Jim Duggan.
Oh, Chase Tatum! What are you doing here?
Just speaking of people with a drug problem.
Chase Tatum apparently spent a night in jail, and someone got him out, and we found out who it was. It was Vince McMahon. Paid his bond and brought him to WWF, and he makes his WWF debut here, Chad.
Oh, yeah, I fired him because I could just tell he was gonna do something that was going to make my company look bad, so I cut my losses when he went to jail. I fired him. Vince McMahon bailed him out and offered him a contract.
And he lost, and he is a great badass, it says.
Oh.
And then our last pre-show match of the night, it is Taka Michinoku and Rhino, and Taka pins Rhino with a Michinoku driver, Chad. How do you feel about that? It doesn't matter.
I love me some Taka. Oh, okay, well.
We start off the show. Vince McMahon does his typical WWF pay-per-view thing, and he welcomes the crowd to No Way Out. And again, he goes over the hype of the Elimination Chamber. What a match that is going to be. We're going to see someone's career possibly end tonight. Speaking of which, though, we start off with a Cruiserweight Classic right here.
Oh, Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah. We got Trent Acid, Kid Cash, Yoshihiro, Tajiri, and Mystico in a decent match. Kid Cash, he told Kevin Kelly he could take on anyone in this division, and he does it. Kid Cash gets the win over here.
Not a bad little opener.
Not a bad little opener, Chad. We move on for the European Championship match. Ace Steel, Jake Roberts, the men with the two most devastating DDTs in the game. Ace Steel with the steel spike, Jake Roberts with his just DDT. In a decent match, Ace Steel defeats Jake Roberts, though, with the steel spike. Chad, he gets a big win.
Over a legend.
He gets a big win over the legend today.
Yeah.
Good for
him.
Good for Ace Steel. We move on. Oh, Paul White, new picture, baby.
A new picture for Paul White.
Speaking of the devil, Jeff Jarrett.
A haircut.
Jeff Jarrett makes his way to the ring. This is the first time that he will announce that he is hurt. He's injured right now. And he doesn't know he's still got about a half a year left to his recovery. And then Paul White comes out and he gives a hug to his friend Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, how cute.
He says, "You got this, Jeff." And Jeff goes to walk away, and Paul White brings him back in and chokes.
Oh, the first heel turn of many.
And choke slams Jeff Jarrett.
Well,
it's the big white. I don't know about that, actually.
Big bad Paul White. Oh.
So Jeff Jarrett, coming just to update the fans on his, current whereabouts, and people are worried, and Paul White possibly may have furthered injured Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, it's the big wall, Paul White.
We move on. Light heavyweight championship match right here. Jushin Thunder Liger defeats the great Sasuke in 12:38 with the Liger Bomb. Defense number 5 for Jushin Liger. Chad,
this match. You know what? I gotta tell. I say this all the time. I am very happy Liger's killing it. I love Liger so much, both in game and outside of game.
Jushin Thunder Liger.
It makes me happy. I wish I could book this on my show, but I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm happy. Good for Jushin and good for great Sasuke having a good showing.
Good match right here. 78. We move further along. Intercontinental Championship match, Chad. This somehow, by the good grace of God, pulled an 80. Billy Gunn defends his belt against Harlem Heat member Stevie Ray in 13:30 with a gunslinger.
For Billy Gunn.
We move on, and Ric Flair makes his grand entrance, his first ever one-on-one singles match in WCW. He takes on Bam. WWF. He takes on the man that destroyed him after his match last week, Bam Bam. Chad, can Ric Flair do it? Gets an 83. Ric Flair taps out the big man with the figure 4, and Ric Flair, he's done it. Makes his pay-per-view debut and gets a big win. All right, we move on. Jim Ross. I don't remember what this was about.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jim Ross.
Yeah, I think he was just hyping up this next match, Chad. A match that Chad has despised ever since it is coming to existence. It is this tag team match. It is Firehouse. It is Road Rage. Joey Matthews and Sultan. Roadkill and Steve Wright. Let's see. Oh my, 73. Let's fucking go, baby. And a decent match, though. Firehouse defend their belts. Sultan pinning Steve Wright with a big splash, Chad.
Well, there you go.
I told you when we were booking, both these, I already know both these tag teams have great chemistry, so it was going to boost the match. Did not think a 73 was going to get pulled out right here.
This was better than it had any right to be.
Road Rage. They came up so short, though, Chad. They really tried. Steve Wright, who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Eight-time 24/7 champion.
He got a 46, so it's not like he did great. Let's be blunt right here.
Sultan carried this whole match.
Well, Matthews got a 65, Sultan got a 70. It's not like they're both really good. Kurt Angle makes his entrance, Chad. He makes his way down to the ring. He takes on a wrestling legend, Ricky Steamboat. Chad, 82. And a superb match. Kurt Angle taps out Ricky Steamboat with an ankle lock, Chad.
Wow.
The
Good for Kurt Angle.
The legend goes down, and Steamboat can't handle
Another good showing for Steamboat though.
66. He can still go.
He can still go as long as he's got the right opponent. Steamboat can go.
Yeah, that was a good match. Angle was Steamboat can't go if you put him against Farouk, but if you throw Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle in there,
you do Steamboat versus Roadkill. I don't think it's that good of a match, but
I'd do it. They got excellent chemistry. Pulls an 80.
pull out a 75.
All right, we move on and we go on our main event, Chad. And this angle right here is just all of them. I didn't want to book 6 separate angles of them making their entrance and looking at the chamber, so I did it all at once. Oh man, here we go. Eddie does start in one of the pods. Shamrock, one of the pods. Rock, he's in the ring. Shawn Michaels, one of the pods. Edge, one of the pods. We start with Shawn.
Here we go, baby.
We start with The Rock and Steve Austin. Chad, you already know their history. They've already fought at Mania. They fought at Backlash. They fought at Mania. I try to keep these two separated as much as I can because these two have they just have classics, Chad. They have a banger of a match, and out comes number 3. It's Edge. Edge makes his way to the ring, and he immediately spears Stone Cold. And remember, Chad, these two don't like each other. Remember, Edge got eliminated in the Royal Rumble by Steve Austin, and then Edge ran back into the Rumble after being eliminated and eliminated Stone Cold himself. So, there's no love lost there. Number 4, out comes Shawn Michaels, Chad. And he does his fucking spots. Number 5 is Ken Shamrock. The most dangerous man enters the most dangerous match, Chad. That was my tagline right there for Shamrock coming in. And then Eddie's number 6. No one gets eliminated. The big couple spots in this, Shawn Michaels hits his big elbow off one of the pods on the Edge.
Okay. All right on.
Huge. Ken Shamrock spears The Rock through one of the pods. Like the
plexiglass.
Come on, Chad. But all of that, Chad. Who do you got winning this match?
I had to go with Eddie Guerrero retaining.
Remember that spot where what was it? What was his name? Kalisto? He did something off like the top of the chamber.
Yeah.
That's what Eddie did. He frog splashed Edge from the fucking. He was hanging on from the top, and he frog splashed him.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero defeats Stone Cold, Edge, Shawn Michaels, and The Rock. And he retains his belt, eliminating Shamrock first, then Austin, then Michaels, The Rock, and finally Edge. It was Edge and Eddie at the final, Chet.
Wow.
And Eddie Guerrero.
Defense
Number 7.
Got a 97 Elimination Chamber match.
Maybe he's right. Maybe no one can defeat Eddie. He just defeated 5 of the best men we have in this company in one of the most hellacious matches we have. And Eddie Guerrero walks out of the chamber as champion. And he walks up the ramp. And he raises his title. Celebrations, fireworks, and he turns around. And Stasiak's right there.
Oh.
And he just points over Eddie's shoulder at the Mania sign. And that is how we end No Way Out. In 94. It will be Eddie. It will be Stasiak. Yeah. Mania. Get hype. It's Stasiak. This has been 5 years in real life in the making. Stasiak finally gets his world championship shot at WrestleMania, Chad.
That's going to be... That could be the best match of the save. That could be the best match of the save.
I don't even care if it does bad. That's the match I've been looking forward to the most since realizing it. And Chad knows how far ahead I book in my notebook. That's been booked for 2.5 years.
Oh yeah.
Because
he's been sitting on that for 2.5 years.
For how long it not like in game 2.5 years, like in real life, like because we sporadically took some stops and pauses in this series. Then we'll talk about it.
I know. I go back and look at like episodes from like years ago, and I'm like, holy shit! Like I'm just like that in game is not long. Like I looked at like a video. I forgot which one it was, but Kramer's doing like his Dream Big gimmick, and I'm like, holy shit! That feels like so long ago I started that. It's like 3 pay-per-views from where we like it's just weird to me.
I was like 4 months ago in game, but 2 years ago in recording sessions.
Right. Yeah.
Ah, man, Eddie Stasiak at Rumble. What is gonna happen? Find out, man. This is Mania. WrestleMania is up next, boys.
I'm so pumped for you.
But before that,
it's gonna be so good.
Super Brawl. Let's not take away from the fact that Chad, even though if I don't care for it, has still put up a banger of a pay-per-view and will sure to compete with the 94. I'm damn sure of it, Chad. Right?
I'm thinking so. I'm hoping so. I'm thinking. You know what? No, I know so.
All right. We'll see you then for episode 315.
Super Brawl 2000, baby.